This episode of Test Drive is brought to you by Elmec and their EV Duty Smart Home Charger.
This week's vehicle is probably one of the most interesting EVs that you're going to find on the market. This is the 2023 Polestar 2. So this trim of the Polestar 2 is the rear-wheel drive long range. That's good for up to 514 kilometers on a full charge. And now we do have some packages on this one. This one has the Pilot Pack, which is a $2,900 add-on. That $2,900 add-on adds LED fog lights with cornering functions, adaptive cruise control, and lane centering as well. And then we also have an additional pack called the Plus Pack. That's a $3,000 add-on. This is all Canadian pricing, by the way. It gives you a Harman Kardon sound system as well as a panoramic sunroof, WaveTech seats, which you'll see in the interior. It's kind of like a very comfortable kind of material. You get a tinted rear window, energy-saving heat pump, and a power-operated tailgate. I feel like those things should be standard though, which is kind of interesting that you actually have to pay another $3K to get them. So let's talk about battery power and charging and all that great stuff. So horsepower, it's 299. We're missing one little horse just to go up to 300, but here we are, 299 for the rear wheel drive, not too bad. But you do get 490 pound-feet of torque, which is very good. Of course, electric vehicle, you get that instant power, so very happy with that. Polestar also says it'll do 0 to 100 kilometers in 6.2 seconds. Still feels very fast. You'll see it in the driving. It's all right for what it is. Let's talk about the charging times for this. So at level 1, basically your 110 outlet, the one that you're gonna plug in at home, the one that I use is gonna take about 24 hours from 0 to 100. But if you're just trying to maintain the battery, so like if you're going from like 75 to maybe 90, the wall outlet actually has worked perfectly for me this week. No problem at all. I charge it overnight, I get back, I'm at like 95, and today I was actually at 100, so really perfect there. Level 2, you're gonna look about 8 hours and 30 minutes around for a level 2 charger. And then your DC fast charging, it's gonna take you around 35 minutes, which is pretty excellent if you're on a road trip. So I like that as well. So with all that being said, the total price of the Polestar 2 rear-wheel drive long range comes out to about 63,450 Canadian, which is okay. I'll talk about a little bit more about the price when we drive it and stuff like that and how I feel about it. But with that being said, let's take a look at the rest of the vehicle. All right, as usual, up front, the Polestar 2 is up first. We have these nice daytime running LEDs that look kind of like a thin hammer. I've seen some people call it like Thor's hammer if you want to be funny about it. So there's that. They also have these main headlights that will move with you, as well as these fog lights that I told you about in the beginning. They're right here and they do corner and move with the vehicle as well. So very, very cool. There are a little bit of fake vents, but there is a cooler behind here, as well as a whole bunch of sensors. And of course, a front facing camera and that cool Polestar logo. Very simplistic. I mean, the Polestar is one of those vehicles that if you know what's going on in the EV market, you look at the Polestar, just the design of it, you know exactly what it is. Otherwise, nobody has any idea what this logo is, but that's the way it is. But overall, I really, really do like the front end. I like the whole car. The design language of this car is just so spot on. If you're expecting it to be like a cool EV, this is what you're gonna get. This also does have a frunk, so now I'm gonna show you the issue with all EV frunks. This isn't just a Polestar issue. This is kind of an issue in general because there's no way for me to access it from the outside. I have to do this. I have to come over to the passenger, or actually driver door, open it up like you would a normal trunk. There it is. It pops, plays a little beep to tell me that it's open. Then you gotta lift this up here, slide your hand, find the little thingy. Oh my God. You see what I mean? It's like, I've had it before. There it is. So I gotta find a little thingy and you gotta push it. And you see how graceful that was. That took about like 10 minutes and wasn't even useful. And then you're greeted with a decent amount of space. I can't fault them for that. Like, they've matched Tesla's energy with the amount of space that you get in this frunk. You kind of got like a separator here, and then you also have like a jack right here as well. But it's usable, but it's just to get in it, the ease of access. It should be a button on a fob or like a press of the logo somewhere just to pop the trunk real quick and not have to do all that garbage. So yeah, that's kind of the issue with the Polestar frunk and EV frunks in general. I just thought that would be a good thing to note, but let's move on. So Up next is the rear of the Polestar 2. We got a nice, again, Polestar logo that's kind of like bent to match the body lines. And then obviously you have the thing that stands out the most for the rear of the Polestar is this nice light bar that maybe the taillights would remind you of something like a Sonata, because the Sonata is kind of joined as well, just for, you know, a reference. And then up here we have a tinted rear window that I told you. Again, that's the add-on package that we have. A bunch of rear sensors, as well as a rear-facing rear view camera for all our parking sensors and our 360-degree camera. So it's very, very cool. I do like the back. Again, I like the ride stance. I like the height and everything. It's just a very, very cool design. And then, of course, we have a powered tailgate. Again, that is an add-on. The base one would not have it, but you do get a whole bunch of room in here. I can actually lift up this floor and there's just a whole bunch of space underneath. So if you wanted to make it deeper, you can actually remove this whole floor and make the trunk really deep, because the battery is pretty deep down there. So it's very nice. You got some cargo nets, some nice storage, some pass through there. We fold the seats down. So overall, very effective rear end. Very nice trunk as well for the Polestar 2. All right, so now onto the side of the Polestar 2. We have the only badge that tells you it's a Polestar 2 and what kind of battery output it is, and it's not really a badge, it's actually a sticker. And if you upgrade to the performance pack, they'll send you another sticker in the mail, and you can remove that one, put the new one on, and be very happy that you've purchased the performance pack. But anyways, it's interesting. I think I'd remove it. Honestly, if I own the vehicle, I don't see a point to it because it's just a sticker that might wear off after some time anyways, but it's okay. I really like these rims too. They're aerodynamic rims, a little bit of plastic there, but very cool. The road noise is great. Part of that's due to the tire. It's very nice. And I love these frameless side view mirrors. Very, very cool. Very, very sleek, simplistic. I like it a lot. Then we have our charge port here. One press and it opens, not automatic or anything, but honestly I don't care about that. Then you can remove this thing on the bottom here for your fast charger. So overall, really like the side profile, really like the side design of the Polestar 2. Overall, it's very, very cool. So that's been the side profile, the Polestar 2. Let's hop into the rear of the Polestar 2. You slide your hand in here where the car's locked. It'll unlock all the doors. The locking and unlocking is really fast, and I really, really do love that. So then you get greeted by this nice two-tone kind of thing, but mostly it's gonna be black inside for this one. But you can spec it out and get a white interior if you want. And then there is, honestly, not as much room as you'd expect from an EV. This is my driver profile, and I like to show you that. So when I sit up straight like a normal human, my head is like this, like I'm on the ceiling. So I mean, it's okay. Like I have enough room this way, but this way not really. But for my height, I'm okay. So let me move over so you can come in, so I could show you a bit more. But I have to drag my feet all the way over here. Oh my God. This, if you're sitting in the middle, you're either straddling this column or you're sitting like Golem, like you're like this, you know? It's weird. I really love inside the interior of the Polestar 2. Sitting in the back, you get a great view of that panoramic sunroof. It's just one of the best in the game. People complain there's no sunshade, but honestly, I don't care. And then also we have some vents here that you can control. There's no like specific climate control for the rear this time, but I don't really care. You also have 2 heated seats, as well as 2 USB chargers right there as well. So overall, it's comfortable enough. You have this little thing that's gonna come down for your cup holders and an extra armrest if you need it. So it's comfortable enough. I'm just about touching the roof with my hair, so if you're a little bit taller, you maybe are not going to be that comfortable, but overall for what the sedan is, it is all right. So here we are on the interior of the Polestar 2. My favorite place to spend time, obviously, it's very driver focused, I think, the Polestar 2's interior. So let's start off with the steering wheel. It's very nicely wrapped. Again, we have those weird touch buttons. They're not haptic, they're physical buttons, but they're like piano black kind of thing, so they'll be clean for all about 5 minutes. But they do work well. You can have either your Google display up on the center gauge cluster, or you can just have some basic information like speed, charge, just different stuff like that, battery level, and your overall efficiency could be there too. But I do like having that Google Maps screen. It's very nice. This car is integrated with Android Automotive. It's one of the few cars that have it. I do like it. I think this one maybe is a bit on the out-of-date side. I think it could use a couple of software updates that maybe are coming with the Polestar 3, so hopefully it is, but I do like it for what it is. Android Automotive is doing a good job here. Over on my left-hand side, I have actually one button, and that's just to open the power lift-gated trunk. Then you have 4 window controls, which is very nice. Volkswagen didn't have that one last week, so that's good. And then you just have some basic stuff here, like the door handles are very interesting, the vents are very cool. And then we also have some strange vents that are like up here. They're horizontal, and they're kind of pointed this way, but the air actually actually does reach you, which is very interesting. And you also have a nice Harman Kardon sound system. It's very cool. Nice open wood trim here on the dash. Very like nice soft touch stuff. I really do like it. Plenty of storage in the cup holders. The seats, both my driver and the passenger, they're both power adjusted, but they have like this little thing that can pull out and in. And you have that nice WaveTech technology that's very comfortable, very nice on the cloth seats. I do like it a lot. This looks like an iPad mini here for the infotainment screen. You have your dual zone automatic climate control. You have something called clean zone. And on a day like today where it's smogging like crazy in Quebec and it smells like fire as we're filming this thing, we actually have an air purification system, kind of like what Tesla has, biohazard mode kind of thing. But it's very nice to have that, especially on a day like today where I'm actually using it. Then we have our 360-degree camera control in here where you can kind of go all areas of the car and look around. Heated seats up here. You can go parking. You can have different stuff for your climate control. I could also click a little car button, have different steering feels, sport mode on or off, creep on or off, all that stuff. And then you can have more settings, which is going to tell you your exterior light settings, your car status, your mirror settings, or everything. Everything's in here. You also have Apple CarPlay. I don't, however, see an icon for Android Auto, which is interesting because this is Android Automotive. And yeah, I'm not sure how that works. I don't own an Android, so I wasn't able to test it, but I do know that wired Apple CarPlay is there. We have a little performance button that's, you know, your G-force thing, and you have a range assistant even that's going to tell you what in the car is using the most. This week, obviously, being the climate control because it has been blazing hot here. But overall, I do like this climate. I do like this infotainment screen, iPad mini style, vertical style, very, very usable. A little bit lower, we have the wireless charging pad, and then two little like lift ports here for your two USB-Cs. Little volume control here. You can play and pause music. And then we have this cool shifter, this gear shifter. Interesting thing about the Polestar 2, when you get in the car is pretty much on. You just got to shift to drive and all the systems turn on, and then you can just go. You get out, it's off. Very cool system. Do like it as well. Now we're going to get probably the most interesting thing, and the thing that maybe doesn't make the most sense to, I don't know, anyone, where I have an armrest here, very comfortable, like the material, that's fine. And then where's the cup holder? Well, we have to push this back and we have one cup holder. Where's the second cup holder? Well, unfortunately, it's actually inside here. Yeah, I don't know. Anybody who owns a Polestar 2, please tell me in the comments, is this convenient to you? Is this the thing that you hate the most? Because it would be for me. I don't get it. I don't get why. I guess it's for compactness. I guess it's for space saving, but you kind of lose it. Unless you have like a small drink, like a small coffee, it might fit in there and then you can close it and you're fine. But if you have anything like a medium or anything in Canada, it's sticking out and you got to drive with it like this and you lose your armrest completely because the drinks are here. So it's just interesting. That one I don't get, but I do like the fact that it can move forward and you have a very comfortable space to sit. Anyways, with that being said, that's going to do it for the interior. Let's take this thing where it matters. Let's see how it drives. Take it out on the road. Okay, so here we are, 2023, Polestar 2 on the road, where it matters most, and overall, been pretty comfortable the couple days that I've been driving this one. You know, I think this WaveTech technology is pretty cool. I'm still not sure exactly what it is, but the seating comfort is very good. Like it's firm where it needs to be and soft where it needs to be. So like I always feel like supported very, very well. And it's been really comfortable. I haven't been in like a lot of traffic or anything with it this week, but it's been very comfortable. Now I know I mentioned a little bit about drive modes on the, interior tour, but I'm going to talk a little bit more about it. There's really no drive mode per se, other than sport mode, which turns off my traction control, which I'll be honest, that's slightly terrifying, but also fun at the same time. But you can basically just change your steering feel. So I can have a light steering feel, a firm steering feel, and a standard steering feel. Usually I'm just in standard because I don't really need that much going on there, but yeah, it's still pretty cool that you can do that, and I do like the feedback you get from it. But I'll turn my sport mode on, my traction control will turn off, and let's rip the rear wheel drive Polestar 2. Let's see how fast it goes. Boom! Oh, it can get there. It can really do it. It's still got great torque for what it is, and there's no wheel slip even with traction control off, which is really, really, really a plus. I thought that maybe that's what the case was, is that the car was going to go crazy the second I turned traction control off when I used this the first time, but it actually doesn't. It's actually very, very usable in what it needs to do, and it delivers power very smoothly. It doesn't kick me back in my seat as much as, say, the Ioniq 6 did, because we're only operating at 299 horsepower with a rear-wheel drive, so you're not going to get that kick that you get from an all-wheel drive car, but it's still fun to do it. And like you can change your steering feel to firm, so you can kind of like hug the corners a little bit more and like get a responsive steering feel. Or you can have sport mode on and turn on a light steering feel and absolutely just turn the wheel as much as you want. So I do like that. And again, the steering feel is very, very good. I like these Google Maps in my infotainment screen. I feel like I can see exactly where I'm going. Even if you have directions, you're navigating to a supercharger or you're on a road trip, you can have it here and then your passenger can have something else completely going on there, which I do really, really enjoy. It just hugs the corners so well. Like I'm in standard steering, and look at this. Whee! So pretty good. So let's talk about the overall usage, the battery consumption. So far, I'm at 19.5 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers, which is for a sedan a little bit on like the maybe not so great side, but then again for my commutes it doesn't really bother me. And I have been pushing it quite a bit. I've been pushing that accelerator quite a bit. It is fun to do, so I continually do it. So I mean, yeah, the range is kind of what I expect. It's more like an SUV range than I'd expect. I'm actually surprised now how the Ioniq 6 managed to get so low, because it was like a 15, 16, and here we are on the Polestar 2, kind of the same class of vehicle in terms of what they look like, and yeah, we're getting higher range in the Polestar 2, but still, it's electric, so you know it's way cheaper than a gas car would be, which is very nice. And yeah, overall, I really don't have a problem with it, because for me, I've been using that 110 outlet and I've been completely fine the entire week, just maintaining from like 70 to 100, sometimes 60 to 100 if you leave it for a couple hours. It will get that charge back, right? So it's very good in that sense. Now, one thing I think I know people are going to complain about, other than the cup holders in this car, is the visibility is a little bit less than you'd expect from a sedan. Just it's like a little bit, that rear view window, it's kind of got like a cutout in the roof, so I'm getting as much as I can, as much as the car can give me, and I just think that's just for overall compactness. That's the only thing. But these borderless side view mirrors really do help things. I feel like I have a good picture of what's going on around me, even in my blind spots. It's not actually that bad, but yeah, it's a little bit less a field of view than you probably are used to, but I instantly adjusted to it. So I think if you're really seriously considering buying this car, then you probably won't have an issue with adjusting to the visibility that this car has. So I mean, but it is something to keep in mind in case you're interested. I've been able to show this car to a few people in the time that I've had with the vehicle, and overall, everybody loves the design, but they just don't get the interior design so much. They love the exterior design, they think it's really cool, it's unique, it's something you don't see every day, and then they get on the interior and they found it kind of small. I had 5 people in this car, and it gets cramped when you have 5 people in this car, because that rear column that's still there, despite not having an actual transmission in the vehicle, does take up a lot of room. So people found it kind of weird, but also some people didn't like the interior at all because the cup holder is weird, but some people absolutely loved it. Me, I'm in the middle. I don't get the cup holder part, but I love the way that it's designed. I love the driver focusedness of it, and maybe not so great for passengers, but for me, I liked how close it was. I love this shifter knob. It's probably one of my favorite features, and that panoramic sunroof is so good that like I don't care about anything else. It's just like, it's very driver focused though. That's the only thing I'd say about it. Maybe your passengers don't like it as much as the driver does, but since I've been driving it, I do really, really like it. It's a lot of fun. So let's get to maybe what the biggest problem is for me anyways with the Polestar 2, and that's just the price. I mean, for $63,000, you don't get very much. It's one of those brands, I guess they're trying to be, that they charge you for literally every single little feature. You want a heated steering wheel, you're gonna pay for it. You want a heated seat, you're gonna pay for it. And there's really not a lot that comes standard on the vehicle other than, the range, which is like kind of sucky, because you want something more for your money, and you want to see more Polestars out on the road. But I just think in the price point, even at its base, people are just not going to buy it, because their competitions, the Volkswagens, the Kias, and the Hyundais, and all of those other guys are charging for their $63K price point. You're getting way more. You're getting ventilated seats, you're getting heated steering, you're getting stuff that's standard, and it's at a cheaper price point. And in some cases, it's even faster than the Polestar 2. If you're worried about performance, and you don't have to buy an additional performance pack to get to that level, which is like really cool. So, it just sucks, because I want to see more Polestars out on the road, and I think one of the reasons why maybe we don't see a lot of them because of the price point. Obviously there's manufacturing issues, that's besides the point, but I just think because it's so expensive, people are going, well, I have 63K and I could get a fully loaded Ioniq 6 for 64K, or a base model kind of with 2 packs added on of a Polestar 2. It's like, I don't know. I guess you really have to like it, and that sucks. It sucks so much for me because I want to see more cars like these out on the road, and you just won't because the competition is beating them. You're only going to see it from enthusiasts or people who really like Volvo, and the fact that Polestar is now its own thing, maybe people like that more, I don't know, but to me it just sucks. I wish it was cheaper. I think it should be cheaper. And yeah, that's the worst part, because overall it's a great vehicle. It gives you everything you need. It gives you your heated seats, heated steering. You don't really need the ventilation. You got that adjustable thing for your legs to go longer. It's got the luxury aspect of it. The ride quality's not terrible either. So, you know, and it's a sedan. It's not an SUV. We're so used to seeing the SUVs in this market now today, where it's SUV everything, big car everything, 3-row everything. This is a sedan. As good as sedans get in terms of electric vehicles, but it's just really expensive. So, you know, for that it is what it is. Let's do overall thoughts, final thoughts for the Polestar 2. I do like it. If it was cheaper, I would seriously consider buying it. It is a great sedan. It is a great car that's driver focused, a great EV that's driver focused, because honestly, I'm always in the driver's seat. So I look at it from a driver experience, and for the driving experience that you get from a Polestar 2, it's just fantastic. I really don't have much to complain about. I love these maps in the middle. I love the ergonomic stuff of it. It just feels clean, very clean in here. And you know, it has everything you want. Dual zone automatic climate control, heated seats, heated steering, all that great stuff. Anything that you could ask for, it's pretty much there. You just have to pay for it when maybe you shouldn't, and that's the biggest drawback, like I said. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave it there. Let me know what you think of the Polestar 2. If you're in the market, if you own one, maybe you own one of the earlier generations ones. I know they've kind of changed the Polestar 2 a little bit. Hopefully we can get our hands on a Polestar 3 when that does come to town here in Quebec. And yeah, one of the things though, before I go, I want to say that this climate control is great because it has an air purification, and because right now I'm dealing with a whole bunch of smog, and it's absolutely crazy. You go outside, it's like smoking 3 cigarettes. It's insane. So it has a clean zone air filtration system, which has been great. So I'll leave it there though before I talk all day. Make sure you like if you made it this far in the video. Make sure you subscribe to PRN. As long as Niall is doing these things, I will be doing these things. He's behind the scenes working hard, just like I'm in front of the camera working hard. So you got to subscribe so that we can keep going, keep getting more opportunities, and jump into more cars like this, so I can show you absolutely everything there is to show you on every single EV, every single gas car, every single everything I want to show you here on PRN Test Drive. So make sure you subscribe. With that being said, I will see you in the next week, see you in the next video. Take care.